I just noticed this rider is taking a video of the enforcers that apprehended him. He's wearing a bicycle helmet or a skateboarding helmet. He's also driving in slippers. So if they put both penalties on the ticket, that would be 3,500. This rider has no helmet, no side mirrors, no shoes, no license plate. He does have some clothes on his body though. Oh, where's he going? The driver suddenly ran over there, and according to enforcers, he said he doesn't have a license. They pushed the bike over to the tow truck because the driver said he doesn't have a license. Once he saw the towing, he handed over a license. So I guess he was just... Good morning everyone, MMDA back on the road. Right now they're issuing tickets to these two private vehicles, fully obstructing the sidewalk. That's why you'll see these ladies here being forced to walk in the road. Aside from the two cars, there's also this Jeepney parked here. Look at that little school child in the road. Anyway, looks like the driver has come out, so it'll just be a ticket instead of being impounded. Here's an example of one of the signages here. No parking, towaway zone. A driver for this one already arrived just in time because they were getting ready to bring in the tow truck. So that's a 1,000 peso ticket. No matter how many times the driver gets caught, it stays at 1,000 if he shows his license. It's the same thing with these motorcyclists here. They're being ticketed for obstructing the sidewalk. There's an easement here which is roped off and empty. Perhaps whoever parks these motorcycles here could ask the property owner if it's okay to use their easement. They could pay them, a reasonable fee, so that pedestrians don't end up having to go in the road. This rider was flagged down because of the substandard or unauthorized helmet on the back. It's not approved for motorcycles, so the penalty is actually 3,000 pesos. It's really unfortunate because you can buy a decent helmet with that money. It's the same thing over here. They stopped this rider for the bicycle helmet or skateboarding helmet on the back. Even if you're just a passenger, you're at the same risk. So wear the right helmet for your own protection. That red one did end up on the back of the tow truck, so that will go to Tamana, Marikina City. And there's another motorcycle rider, no crash helmet on the back, no plate, not even a temporary plate. I understand that maybe LTO haven't given the real plate yet, but there should still be a temporary plate. There's two more riders, no crash helmets. The crazy thing is, look at what's hanging from his body, a crash helmet in a bag. Anyway, he already handed over the license and they're writing out the ticket now. Thankfully he does have a license. Next time, if he just puts the helmet on, he can avoid the penalty completely. It's just there, it's just hanging right there. And there goes another motorcycle that's parked on the sidewalk. Really nice bike, but no crash helmet for his back ride, his passenger. Does not seem very happy at all. She said they're just going to the market. No matter how far you're going, you need to wear a helmet for your own safety. There's no exemption in the helmet law that says if you're going to the market, you don't have to wear a helmet. And there's no exemption from God that says if you're going to the market, you won't have an accident. According to enforcers, this red plate government-owned vehicle is broken, cannot be moved, and that's why it has to be towed away. And just behind that red plate, there's an L300 which is being pulled onto the flatbed. So it's on the back of the flatbed now. According to enforcers, this one's also broken and has allegedly been sitting here for 2 months. And as you can see, this is actually a very busy road. So imagine how much worse traffic and congestion would be when you've got vehicles parked here. I don't know exactly what happened with this Jeep, but they're trying to pull him over now. At the very least, driving in slippers, which is a violation, but I'm pretty sure something else happened. So according to the enforcer, he bumped the side mirror of a taxi and then refused to stop. And that's why the MMDA forced him to stop. Aside from that, like I mentioned, there is the dress code violation of driving in slippers. It's not allowed for Jeepney drivers. For a long time, people got used to this idea that drivers can just wear shorts, slippers, sandals, smoking cigarette, but there is a proper dress code and a proper way that drivers are meant to act for public transport. If you look at the back, the plate is completely unreadable because of the tinted cover placed over it. And that's another substandard or unauthorized helmet on both the driver and passenger. People have asked, does that mean they'll get hit twice and pay a total of 6,000? No, they'll pay a total of 3,000. and this is not good to see. That's an official MMDA sign which follows the regular guidelines, and it's obstructed by this sign. And as far as I know, DPWH guidelines say you cannot put ads on road signs. And if you check the Facebook page of Francis Martinez, head of MMDA MPCG, they are regularly removing signs like this, and they call them illegal. I cannot say it's this exact sign, but very similar signs along EDSA and other roads. The team are now issuing tickets to illegally parked trucks. They've actually issued a lot of tickets here in the past. I just wonder why it has logos of a government law enforcement agency. Private stickers, that's up to you, but when it comes to a government agency, and just look at the condition of the tires on this truck. That one on the inside, you can already see the wire. This one over here, completely bald. Pretty much any time I post a video about a truck, people find an excuse to defend the operator, defend the driver. But I just wondered, did you never get tired of trucks killing innocent people? You never got tired of this excuse about losing brakes when they're speeding along the road with a poorly maintained vehicle and tires that are ready to explode? Here's another truck that's being ticketed by enforcers, and again, look at the tires. Basically no tread left on this one. This one's got a bit of tread, and then if you look here, look again, you can see the wire. Absolutely ridiculous that they drive around like this and just wait for them to explode. Not only do exploding tires pose a risk to pedestrians, motorcycle riders and other road users, but it causes traffic because they spend so much time changing the tire on the side of the road, causing an obstruction, a massive obstruction. I don't know if I captured it on time either, but the drivers using slippers, they think it's safe to drive a huge vehicle like this in slippers? Come on. Again, you see a sign here, no parking, tollway zone, and these tricycles are being issued tickets for illegal parking. There's another couple over here. Can't see drivers for these, so perhaps they're going to be impounded as unattended. Yeah, look, here comes the tow truck now. And that's both the tricycles on the back of the tow truck now. Have you noticed the number of tricycles, jeepneys and taxis being ticketed every day? That's one of the basic requirements of public transport, apart from the professional driver's license, is that you have off-street parking. And the team have continued to ticket a lot of parked trucks. There are so many signs along this road which say no parking. But you would wonder, if they're not being enforced by the LGU, what's the true purpose of putting them there? It looks like at least one of those trucks is being towed away. Good morning, cute doggy. Oh, there's two of them. This appears to be a infamous member of the gang. They just hit this road. There's taxis, tricycles, motorcycles, all parked in the middle. And it's the same further along. A couple of motorcycles, and then what looks to be like a junk truck. The plate on the front is pretty beaten up, but it is readable at least. So they write out the ticket. If no driver comes out, it can be towed away. Actually, I remember now, they've cleared this road quite a few times. Maybe that's why no one's arguing. They already know they're not allowed to park here. And ultimately, if MMDA are the only ones enforcing the law, how often will they get ticketed? Maybe once a month, once every 2 months? That's peanuts compared to paying for legal parking or building a garage. That's why a lot of people have been suggesting that even the barangays start issuing tickets, because many barangays have deputized traffic enforcers. They even have government issued big bikes, but how often do you see them issuing tickets to their constituents, to their residents? And over here you see one more taxi that's about to be pulled up on a tow truck. I saw one earlier also, I just didn't capture it on camera. Every day they're picking up so many taxis. The franchise requires off-street parking, but in reality they're blocking the roads and sidewalks every day. A rider came speeding through at pretty fast pace, flagged down for the substandard or unauthorized helmet on the back. Look at the box, just look at the box, how nice it is. And then you have the bicycle helmet that's meant to protect your head. It's the wrong priorities. I saw this rider staring at the enforcers. He was probably wondering if they're going to flag him down. Oh, look at that. He has a real helmet. I just wonder why he wore the substandard or unauthorized instead of the real one. Aside from that, he's driving in slippers. They flagged down this rider. No crash helmet, no license plate, no shoes. He was asking if they can just let him go because allegedly the car already got ticketed for illegal parking. The crazy thing is that when he stood up, I saw he actually has a helmet just hanging here. So he had a helmet, just doesn't want to wear it, I guess. They basically advised the driver to take a ticket or let it be impounded. So he handed over his license and they write out the ticket. My hope is that after the MMDA finished clearing this area, it will be maintained by the barangay, the roads, the sidewalks. If not, hopefully the ILG can take action against those at the local level. That's it for today. Thanks for watching.